Hi there, online students. I'm recording some general comments to you about the midterms. I had certainly hoped to provide you with individual comments, but as you may have heard, I've gotten stuck traveling. I've been traveling for over 35 hours at this point and have about another 20 in front of me until I get home. So I needed to get your midterms graded. You all have a rubric and I'm recording a general comment. Please, if you are one of the lower scorers on this midterm, I would really like to work with you individually via a Google Hangout or a telephone call or even face-to-face sometime next week. I think it would really help. It will help you do better on the rest of the assignments for the rest of the term. Okay, here are a few general comments. Important. First, for the big part, the rank question. 1, if you did not get full points on the critical thinking aspect, you may want to go back and read the article that's in the course documents tab. With critical thinking, I'm looking for you to use one or more elements, things like acknowledging the multiple causes of something as complex as poverty, to examine your own bias about what about your own personal experience might influence your opinions about poverty, and to use multiple sources of evidence. Those are 3 examples of critical thinking that I'm looking for. 2, you also can earn A's by being super creative and evaluative, and that's where some of those 40-point scores come from. Examples in this particular one, we had one student who talked about a way to create more jobs would be to invest in repairing the bridges and infrastructure in our country, and that student gave some good data to show why this would be a solution that would work. Another person talked about redesigning the K-12 education system so that people would get more information about finances and education and how to avoid poverty as an adult. So those are just 2 examples that help move you into that A plus category. And then 3, it is hard to answer these questions fully in 2 to 3 pages. So what you may have to do is write 4 or 5 pages and then really eliminate, synthesize, get your best stuff in there. Contrary to what you might think, it's actually easier to answer some of these questions in 6 or 7 pages. When you are limited to 2 or 3 pages, you have to really hit the mark. And you're going to see more and more of that kind of requirement and that kind of writing as you move upwards in your courses. On this first part, we had 6 people who scored a perfect 40 on this. A lot of 35s through 39s. And then some people grouped in the 25 to 28 category. Those are the folks I'd really like to talk to. I think we could work on it and I could help you do better on your next one. The second part, really, most people scored 9s and 10s, did a really good job with looking at social construction or the societal factors. One thing I was kind of surprised about, especially in the Westmore responses, that nobody mentioned racism as a societal factor. I was really surprised. Racism, poverty, discrimination against young African American men. Yeah, that would have been a really good thing to mention when you're talking about societal factors. So if you got a 5 to 7 on that, which there were only 6 people who did, again, you're the folks I'd really like to talk to. I think if we pull up your paper, look at it for 5 minutes or so, I can really give you some pointers to do much better when we get to the final, which is going to have some of those same kinds of things, questions on it. So anyway, I hope to be back at LBCC on Monday. As I said, wow, what an adventure. I'm really ready to be home. And please don't hesitate to email me with a personal question or, again, set up a Google Hangout for early next week and we can talk about any questions you have. Take care. Bye.